UTBAEV. I come from Russia, the city of Kazan. It's the capital of the Muslim Republic of Tatarstan, which is inside of Russia.
Okay, lovely. And how did you even come to know about the World Islamic Economic Forum?
I think everybody knows about it nowadays because it's all over the news, at least where I live. It's pretty much popular, and we have really strong connection with Malaysia. And we have a conference dedicated to Islamic finances. They've been trying to open an Islamic bank system in Russia like for the last 5 years. Unfortunately, it's a lot of talk, not a lot of done things. But I came across this particular conference and this particular program because of my friend. She participated in the first program, which was in Kuala Lumpur last year, and she sent an email to a bunch of her friends. So I got an email, I filled in the application, and I was selected. That's how I came to South Africa.
Okay, wonderful. And now, knowing that there's a lot of countries that are doing things, that are hoping to do things in terms of development and entrepreneurship, where there is a lot of talk, like you said, and a lot of things don't get off the ground. Do you feel this course has equipped you a little bit more so you can be part of a change where things are just not left at talk level, where changes can be made and ideas can be implemented?
I think it's all about community we live in. There are 28 different people from 18 different countries here, so everybody has his own experience, his own community. And for example, I came across a few very interesting ideas like from other parts of the world which are being implemented here in Africa or in Asia or in the United States. And I think it is all about being done by yourself. Once we leave South Africa and come back to our countries, we can start doing things in our local communities. It's about communicating with my friends, with my family, with my neighbors. It's about starting a project which can involve like 5 or 6 people at a start, and then it's going to grow. So big things start with the small things, you know? And I think it's all about being active, and it's all about starting from yourself.
Okay, and having been through a few days of training already, the training already, are there things that you've learned here that make you feel now empowered to actually do these, what you call starting with the small things and making bigger things happen? Do you feel like it's prepared you already for some of this?
I am inspired by how people are social and how people are concerned about the ecology and our nature and the environment and the poor people who live in their communities, because we do not really have that where I live, which is Russia. Unfortunately, people in Russia, in my opinion, are concerned in how getting more wealthier, in how getting a fancy car, and how to show off. And here I met people who are concerned with our Earth, with the planet, and I think they are a great example to follow, and I will try to do my best to implement their ideas and their lifestyles in my community.
Well, we wish you all the best with that, and I'm sure you're going to make some very positive changes in your country with the training and the type of networking you've done here. So
thank you very much.
You have everyone's du'as with you, and may you be very successful in all your efforts.
Thank you, and as a journalist, I will also try to tell about this to the maximum amount of people I can reach to.
Okay, and if there was one message that you needed to convey to everyone through the avenue of journalism and being a journalist, what would be the one message you'd want to convey strongly to everyone who would read your material or see your journalistic offerings to them?
I would say, try not to be selfish. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, and please let us know who you are and where you're from.
Walaikum salam. My name is Ridwan. I'm from Pretoria. I'm local, yeah.
Okay, and what made you interested in partaking of this conference? The World Islamic Economic Forum does amazing things all over the world, and what caught your interest about them that enticed you to actually join this program? I
think there's 2 parts. The first part is definitely the leadership aspect. It drew my attention. It's a global organization. They have a fantastic 7-day program, various leadership initiatives and various leadership tools they equip you with to really make a difference socially and economically. And the second part is obviously the community development. Hopefully at the end of this session, at the end of the conference, we'll have actually tangible ideas, tangible solutions to various socioeconomic problems that hopefully we can do. We can start in South Africa and expand globally. The one thing that is very important about this course, which really drew my attention, is the sustainability issue. Is that it's not just a talk show where you present an idea at the end of the conference, but there's actually continuation and action steps that will actually, hopefully, inshallah, we'll get a project that's actually off the ground, inshallah.
Okay, so now when you knew about this course, there was obviously an intention you had, or you started with when you enrolled or applied for the training. What was that intention? What were you hoping to achieve from this course?
I think my intention was to upskill myself in terms of leadership development. Because I think once you really understand yourself better, you can contribute more. So I think, alhamdulillah, with the next few days, I think we'll achieve that and really start making a difference in various social initiatives.
Okay, and if you had to take what you've learned from here and take the first step towards doing something, what will that first step be now?
I suppose action. Less talk, more action.
And what was the one highlight of this entire training so far for you?
There was a few, but if I had to pick one, was definitely networking. There's, as you know, with 28 participants, 18 countries. Just that alone has been such a big highlight. Understanding different cultures, how things operate differently in various parts of the world, and really understanding and trying to share ideas across the globe. Yeah, that's
okay. Well, now you've enticed me because you look so excited and sparkled by the idea of sharing one amazing thing. If you had to mention the others, one or two other factors that really stood out for you, what would they be?
We also had a big meeting with various CEOs in industry. That networking and that mentoring, I think, was a highlight for me as well. And also the various facilitators that we've got throughout the conference have been outstanding. Really cutting-edge leadership skills, I believe, have been imparted to the group of 28. Yeah.
Okay, now who would you recommend this type of training for?
Aspiring leaders in community, people or individuals that really want to make a change in the community, whether it's just a small startup project that can have the potential to be the next Grameen bank in the world. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much and good luck with your endeavors.
Thanks.
You did a sound? Assalamu alaikum, and tell us who you are and where you're from.
Okay, my name is Khairul Anwar. People call me Khairul, and I come from the beautiful city of Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia.
Okay, wonderful. So you're probably very familiar with the World Islamic Economic Forum because it's based in Malaysia.
Yes.
And what made you join this training and come to South Africa for the training that they're having here?
Okay, for me, I always knew that WIF has always been at the front of helping entrepreneurs, especially the youth or women, and helping them and empowering them to start their own business. But so far, before this, I haven't had a chance to get to know WIF at a more personal level or be involved as much. But when I get to know that WIF has this Young Fellow program, I knew that I should not miss this opportunity. So even though the application process was a bit lengthy, I applied anyway, and it was such a surprise that I could join such a fabulous program.
Okay, now has this program met with your expectations?
Yes, it is not only met, but it actually exceeded my expectation. I thought the program would be more theoretical in nature, whereby it's like maybe a lecture or a seminar, but it's more practical in nature here. And what I like is that we are forced to take action in our groups, and every day we have to come up with ideas and come up with a business plan. And when we get to meet like CEOs and from various companies here from South Africa, it makes us more motivated. I know the know-how and the skill are important, but the motivation and to get us started, that's what I like most about this program.
Okay, so now what are you hoping to start after you finish this course? Do you have an idea in mind?
Okay, actually, in Malaysia, I already run my own IT company. So it's very interesting to see how the other actually have their own projects already from where they come from. And one of the interesting things that there are already discussion on how some of my new friends can duplicate what I do in my own company in their own country. And one of the things I learned is that although I'm currently happy with what I'm doing, one of the things is that I should be more aggressive in what I do. And second is that I should also be more socially responsible, like giving out to charity and helping the environment as a whole.
Okay, so you are of the view that having come for this training, you can take your business to the next level then?
Yes, you're right. Obviously, when I come here, I get like a crash course on business school, like a business school crash course, and at the same time, meeting some of the big CEOs, the ones like run multi-billion, even billion-dollar organization from actually not only South Africa but like the African region, really motivates us on how to be a better person. Not only how to reach financial goal, but other aspects of business as well, spiritually, holistically.
Okay, so how would you say that this has enhanced your perception of business in a social sense and in a spiritual sense? Do you see business differently now from that perspective?
Yes, because maybe where I came from, I actually initially joined in the business world for the money, to be honest. But having come in here and see how even small organization can help in various ways, it actually opened my eyes on there are also small things that we can help. We don't have to be like super rich to start giving out to the environment or to the disabled community, but we can start small, and by doing that we have a purpose in whatever we're doing. So that really opened up my eyes.
Okay, well, I'm sure you're going to do a lot of amazing things with your business now, and we wish you all the success.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's really nice to have you in South Africa. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. I'm the daughter of Latino immigrants, but I'm currently in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, and in Chicago, Illinois, you somehow found out about the World Islamic Economic Forum. How did that come about?
It really came out of my own networks back in Chicago, meeting good people that were also involved. I have two friends that attended last year's the initial Youth Fellows program, and so through them I was encouraged and inspired to come.
Okay, now what did you think the Young Fellows was all about before you came to the course?
Before I came to the course, I thought it was going to be a diverse population, which luckily it was exactly that. I'm very much impressed with the curriculum and how much effort was put into the program. The vision is definitely being carried through, and that's been a true blessing for all of us. I honestly thought it was just going to be a cohort of young people that would get to share ideas, but we've been blessed with mentorship, with various opportunities and different forms of capacity building.
So you can say that it actually turned out to be more than you thought it was? Okay. And from when you came here and your intention was to learn something, for what purpose were you trying to do the training? Doing the Young Fellows training equips you to look at business in a certain way. And what were you hoping to take from this so that you could take it back to where you come from, and what were you going to do with it?
I think your question is absolutely correct in the sense that I was raised with the understanding that you are created for others. My parents instilled that value in my siblings and I from a young age, and recognizing the location of the globe in a very globalized and business-oriented exchange. This was an opportunity to really bridge those two together, bridge the social responsibility with the business component, and really provide ideas for our communities that allow for both to be connected.
Okay, so if you're now looking at business from a different perspective that includes a large part of social responsibility, do you see that this is going to enhance and benefit your business as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. Currently, I work for a nonprofit organization on the southwest side of Chicago. It's called the Southwest Organizing Project, And it's an organization that cultivates leaders within the community and empowers them. And I think being able to come to this program has allowed me to come with new ideas of how do we now create also economically sustainable systems within the southwest side of Chicago to take that empowerment to the next level.
Okay, and if you had a message of some learning that you have picked up from this training that you would like to share with everybody who would benefit from it, what would be the one most pertinent thing that you'd want them to know?
I think always I'm amazed by the universality of humanity, right? They did an excellent job in selecting the individuals that were able to participate in this program, and it's been indicative in our team building activities, in our different group activities, that we all come from a similar platform that allows us to work better together. So I think at the end of the day, regardless if you're from one of these 18 different countries, you're bound to each other by this humanitarian work and this idea that we are all interconnected and capable of working together towards the betterment of humanity.
Okay, and if you had to deliver a message in Spanish of some motivation, what would you say?
I would say, honestly, I'm actually going to quote Che Guevara, who I've actually seen his symbol throughout South Africa, which has been interesting. Hasta la victoria siempre, which means until we all attain victory. And it's a universal message of each human being is capable of attaining success.
Well, you have our prayers that you will attain your victory in the intentions that you have and the good intentions you have for your community. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Durban, South Africa. So how have you felt about the last few days of the Young Fellows program that the World Islamic Economic Forum has been running here?
Honestly, I've been pumped up with a lot of power inside me that I feel I cannot wait until I go back. At the same time, I don't want to leave, to implement whatever those people have shared with me, whatever the community, the participants have cooperated with ideas and whatever we have learned in the session. I cannot wait until I take it in practical terms and share it back home, share it in Malaysia, share it in Egypt. Wherever I can, I will try my best to do it.
Okay, so you're originally from Egypt?
I'm originally Egyptian, but for the time being, I do study in Malaysia. I'm pursuing my bachelor degree for the time being. Inshallah, my master's degree later, inshallah.
Now, you're so excited about implementing some of the things you've learned here. What kind of things are you going to implement when you go back? When you came here, what were you hoping to learn and take back with you, and what project or what idea were you hoping to bring to life with this?
Before I came here, I was kind of a bit confused how to bring out my own intentions and cooperated with the community involvement. After attending a couple of those sessions, now I'm more clear about where to go, how to do it, according to the plan they gave us and they showed us, and how to do it, how to implement it, and so forth. So that's how I'm going to do it. That's how I'm going to try to show my involvement in the community by what I have learned here and implement it more.
Okay, so do you have an idea of something that you want to do when you get back?
For the time being, I'm actually a t-shirt designer, Islamic t-shirts. So I make Islamic messages and I sell out my t-shirts to the youth in my own university and different universities across Malaysia. But the idea that I have got from here, and inshallah, as soon as I get back, I will do it. 10% of my profit, okay, it will go for the feeding the poor, especially during the Ramadan. So as soon as I get back, that's what I need to work on. Try to, inshallah, gain some of my profit, and 10% will go for the Ramadan feeding, whether in Egypt or whether in Malaysia, but that's going to be my main focus.
So what I'm understanding is through doing this training, you've also, it's woken up a side of you that involves looking at social responsibility as well.
Definitely, definitely. That's how I feel now. Maybe before the program, I didn't feel that burden on my shoulder, but now I do. Now I feel like it's not only me being a student or me being okay is like good enough for my own religion, for my own Islam, for my own community. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. You really have to take a step forward to help those people that are really shouting out, but we are being blindfolded and just ignoring everything.
So, do you feel you're going back a changed person? And in what way, if it has changed you, how have you changed?
I have changed internally. I have changed in a way that even in a very short period of time, but the example they have showed us previously, small impact can make a difference. And I'm not willing to be noticed, or I'm not willing to be like, you know, oh, she did that or didn't do that. No, I want to do, even if it's only one single person, I'm willing to take that step.
Okay, now, having done the training for the last few days, are there any aspects of this that you would change? If you could redesign this course, is there anything you would add to it or change in this course?
One is actually if they can extend it a little bit more than 1 week, because it's pretty intense, all right? Second thing, if they can implement the practical part of it, which was actually suggested today in today's session. Beside the theory part of us attending those lectures and those sessions, maybe we can take in a practical terms as well, like go out to the shelter, go out to the slums, see what people are actually living in, and that's what we need to do. But attending only sessions, it's good, but we are humans, we forget. You need to take that to a further step and work on it. See it with your own eyes.
Okay, and if you had to let other people know or recommend for them the Young Fellows training, what would you tell them about this training that would be so important for them to know?
For the people that are...
If you had to recommend this training to someone, why would you recommend it?
I would recommend it in the aspect that this program touches in a lot of areas. Business, human values, religion, inspiration, and it connects all of this in just to one point, that you need to do something to the community. It's not only about your self-centered, but rather whatever that you do, it will reflect back on you, will reflect back on your own people, and in general to the nation, and to a bigger version to the whole entire world.
Thank you very much, and we wish you all the best with your efforts.
My pleasure.